how did the transition come from, you had to pause training, but you eventually got into wrestling broadcasting? How was that transition done?
Yeah, so I always hoped to get into some sort of broadcasting or voiceover work, or because I just was always a character. I was always doing voices and stuff.
Was
And
that
then
what you were doing in college? Sorry to interrupt you, but what were
yeah,
you there for, broadcasting and
that was
journalism?
my major, yes. And so, and when I was at SC, they had like SCTV, like their own campus station. I was like the sports anchor on that, so I got a little bit of experience. But it was actually um, the way it all got connected was I still knew of Rick Bassman and his whole operation from before I went to USC. They didn't have a promotion at the time; they were strictly a school. But then while I was at USC, I met Chris Bell, who's a filmmaker. He did Bigger, Stronger, Faster, which was a documentary on like steroids just in the American culture and sports. He did Prescription Thugs, which was about, prescription drug industry. But at the time, he, was an SC film student, and his brother, Mike Bell, Mad Dog Mike Bell, was kind of a journeyman, wrestled a lot for WWF back in the day. It was him and DeVito, I think, were kind of teaming up, and so he was on the road and just enhancement talent, but then ended up, working for Bassman and training people there, and was on his roster. And then their younger brother, Mark Bell, Smelly, who now his nickname was Smelly, but now he's got is in like the powerlifting industry, and it was shoes and all kinds of other products and podcasts. They were all involved with Rick, and so there. I mean, it's just crazy how things happen sometimes. We would all sit around and talk about wrestling over some adult beverages, and I knew my stuff, and they're like, we got to get you involved. Well, one time I was up in LA and got a call, and they're like, the play-by-play guy's sick. He's not going to make it. It was Doc Marley at the time. He's no longer with us, but it was a huge show. So at the time, UPW was a West Coast developmental territory for WWF. So on this show was Samoa Joe and Tommy Dreamer was one of the matches. Victoria was just about to go to WWF at the time again. And she wrestled Molly Holly on the show. And the main event was Edge and Christian against Frankie Kazarian and Nova,
So
who
was this
wrestled
about
at
2001-ish? Is
this
that
was,
around?
yes. Yeah,
Okay.
right around 2001. So that was my first show. I mean, just talk about a baptism by fire,
Yeah, wow.
and it just kind of rolled from there. And then opportunities came, and I kept working at it and got better. Got a lot of opportunities through Rick. He branched out and started a MMA company called Valor Fighting. So that was what allowed me to kind of branch out and call other combat sports. And that got me an opportunity with Elite XC, which was on CBS at the time. I was calling the undercard fights for them, and then Mauro Ranallo and Goldberg were like the main team. So I got to I met Mauro back then. So I mean, it just started to snowball.